Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
As usual, we are laughing hysterically as we start our video.
Yes.
Welcome. We are Finders Keepers, and I'm Rachel.
And I'm Sarah.
And today,
and
it's going to be one of those videos, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Today, we wanted to share with you our line of planners and notebooks. We've got notebooks and stamp sets.
Yes, it's Jots&Dots is the name. And here on the screen, you see some of the materials that we have, the notebook and our highest selling stamp set.
Yes.
The calendar blocks, which we're going to be demonstrating today.
Yes, I'm going to be showing you guys a basic grid layout. And I have a little cheat sheet for you.
Yeah.
Which is always nice.
This is the stuff that you need. Super simple. A couple acrylic blocks. One, really.
Just
one
one.
acrylic block. And some ink. We're using some Tim Holtz. Is that the Tattered Rose or just
it's
faded
the
rose?
It's the Tattered Rose, yes.
Okay.
And the Espresso something.
Yeah.
Espresso something or other.
Yeah.
So right here I'm
Ground
just
espresso.
Ground Espresso. Thank you, Sarah.
Did it. I did it. I passed.
Save.
Okay.
So this was the calendar block set. We also have a line of stamp sets called Wishful Inking, and there's a stamp called Perfect Pattern Circles that you can also use.
Yeah.
They fit within our grid very nicely.
The stamps are for card making, but we made them so that they could also cross over into Jots&Dots.
Yes, and it's really versatile and great. So what I'm going to start off here is with my cheat sheet. I'm using the calendar block stamp set.
This cheap seat is available on our website as a free download. So
Yes.
you can practice if you're feeling like, oh, I'm not sure if this is for me or whatever.
Yeah, and I highly recommend practicing. There's the address. You can go get it. It's in our freebies section. So just go download that, take a look. One side has an actual partial grid stamped on it, so you can see kind of where I was going. The other side is blank, so you can practice on that first before you get your book going. I like to start, so now I'm just going to give you guys tips.
Yeah.
So I like to start four dots down or sideways because I turn my
dot
book
grid,
sideways
right.
on our dot grid. And I do that because I like to decorate the top with washi or other stamps. I like to
Or
put
the
month, things like that. And also another tip is that you want to use a larger acrylic block than the stamp. Because we're lining things up on a grid. If you're using an acrylic block that is the same size as your stamp, you're going to get weird funky shadows and you won't be able to see that grid because it's not a solid black dot. It's a gray.
Because the edge of the acrylic block will cast a shadow where you need to stamp, and that could be a problem.
It's a little more difficult.
So you're stamping off there to show.
You want to make sure that you're using, depending on what effect you want, an ink color that is going to allow you to write on with a regular pen, or if you want it really dark, you can use a dark color and write on it with a white.
So these, so what the intention is here is to use these little rectangular stamps to make a calendar on your spread.
Making a grid without drawing lines.
Yeah.
So
it's like you're making a little checkerboard that's going to become your calendar for the month.
And so as you can see here, I start with my 4 dot down, and I start with whatever line of dots is one away from the spine. And then here I'm showing you don't want to go that next one all the way to the right. You want to use the corner of your first block because you don't want to have to count.
Right.
And by doing this, you don't have to count ever, like for your entire grid, which is great. If you just go with that corner and the bottom line and the side line.
And use the little dots to line it up.
It works out beautifully.
Yeah.
Make sure that you stamp that you actually get your stamp covered with ink. Because as you'll see, some of my corners are not completely stamped.
You know what's kind of cool about though?
Like that one.
I don't know. It's kind of like that shabby chic. Like it's a
It
little
is.
bit distressed, especially with the pink. It adds kind of like this vintage quality to your calendar that I really like.
I like it because it's got that ombre, vintagey,
But
distress.
if you are not hurrying and videotaping yourself, then you can videotaping.
Videotaping?
Yeah. Do we do that anymore?
We videotape,
We
yes.
videotaped it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know, those were the days. So you'll do better. You know,
Yes.
like you just get a full coverage on your
stamp.
on your block there, and you'll be good.
So here now I'm starting to just again.
Yeah.
Make sure you've got your stamp inked, and then it's a 4-column grid. So you want to make sure and leave that last column available for notes. And so here I'm just going to run through. I flipped my paper over. There's no guides per se. And I've sped it up, but you can see how quickly it's just boom, 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 boom. The reason for starting in that block that I start with is so that you don't cover up your little word bubble for numbering if you're using it like a bullet journal.
Oh, and now she's about to use the frames to do some layering.
Right.
So we have these other stamp sets. This is included in calendar blocks.
This is in calendar blocks.
Because you're only using the one stamp set in this. And so you can mark important days. There's a couple different options on the stamp set. Do you show it in the video?
I don't show it. That love layout for February is one that's included, and the stars is also included.
Right.
Then we also have another stamp set called Frame It Up that has some additional layering things. You can use them with the rectangle or without, as you saw from the beginning. So now I'm kind of working in the notebook, and you want to be careful of your spine.
Oh, and you were just saying to use a firm.
Yeah, you want to be careful of the spine because as you get further away from the center of your notebook, the spine is thicker, and so you want to be careful of that. And if you get ink on your block, and when you turn it around, that ink is going to transfer right onto the other page.
Another thing that I found too in doing that is I wanted to have a really firm surface underneath.
Yes.
And my crafting table is one of those folding tables.
Right.
So what I did was I got an old cutting board. And I put it underneath
so that solid it added wood.
Yeah, it was wood, and it gave me a really nice firm surface because those plastic tables, they give a little bit.
They give.
And then that can create problems.
And so, again, once you kind of get your first one down, the rhythm just kind of goes, and it's lots of fun.
Get the rhythm of it. That's what you're saying? You get rhythm, Rach?
Oh, so here's the Frame It Up set that you can do other layering.
See, there's a little starbursty one. I think it's kind of cute. And then this is the Don't Be Late. There's circles and little phrases, and these are our little icons, the little stick figures. They're called the Stickletons.
Sorry for the reflections.
Yeah. It's just you got to have light, but then you don't want the light, but then you got to have light.
Yeah.
So here she is. She's time to kind of put it all together.
And then once you get your grid down, it's time to decorate.
Yeah, and that's just fun. And you can do anything you want.
I used our Months of Plenty stamp set to put the month, obviously.
And that stamp set's really cool because each month is done in a different font.
Yeah.
And I really like that.
It's very eclectic.
For the bohemians out there, little boho.
A little boho going on. Yeah. Now I'm going back to the calendar block set. We have 3 different stamps in the calendar block set. One with circles and lines, one with squares and lines, and then one with straight up lines. And these lines will fit actually inside the rectangle grid, or you can use them by themselves to do your little line down the end.
List. Yeah.
And then I'm using back to the Months of Plenty, Gotta Run, Getting It Done, but I'm going to ink up only the Getting It Done part, not the Gotta Run.
Oh, look how advanced you are with your stamps.
Little technique for you. You just use my finger to wipe off
wipe
the
it
extra.
on your pants. There you go.
Lick it and wipe it.
Yeah. Let's not be too formal when we're doing our layouts.
Well, gotta run, getting it done.
That's right. And you were. And enough said about that.
And so there's your little grid. And
okay.
It's just quick and easy. And
it is. It's really fast. I mean, it's literally like a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Awesome.
To do a layout super fast. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you like us, please subscribe.
Share with all your friends.
Yeah, and comment below if you have any questions. We get back to you right away.
Yeah. Y'all have a great day.
Thanks for stopping by.
Bye.
Bye.